Welcome to the Pro Sports edition of the Hawks Nest. My name is Leon Miller, and I'm joined with Clay Harrell, and we're going to jump right into the NFL draft today. Big night in the NFL, Clay. Man, a lot of surprising picks in the draft. Quarterbacks were taken first as expected. What did you get? What was your biggest surprise of the draft, I should say?
I think, and this isn't my biggest surprise, but I think it was you knew Lawrence was going one. You knew Zach Wilson was going two.
Yeah.
I think it came out originally a couple weeks ago, hey, the 49ers might take Mac Jones at 3.
Yeah.
And then as the draft got closer and closer, and then obviously now the day of the draft, it said it came out Trey Lance ended up being the odds-on favorite in Vegas to be the number 3 pick, and that's who the 49ers took. For me, though, they were talking about, do we see history here where 4 quarterbacks taken with the first 4 picks? Obviously, that didn't happen. I think for me, the shock came, though, was the Bears sign Andy Dalton, and then they trade up to 11 to get their guy. And I think once you saw Fields start to slip, and then the report came out, as it was going, that the Giants were talking about trading number 11, I think everybody kind of knew it was the Bears, especially with Fields still there. I think not necessarily surprised, because I think that's been the whole thing for them for how many years now is they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you think they got their guy with Fields?
I think they got their guy with Fields only because he's a tremendous talent, and I feel like he's a very intangible player. He could do a lot of things that you can work with. I was surprised that Fields got dropped so low. Honestly, I expected the 49ers to take Trey Lance or Mac Jones because, like you said, that was the report. So I wasn't surprised at the Trey Lance pick, but Fields going that low definitely shocked me a little bit. I thought the Patriots might try to get him because that was a lot of the conversation.
There was some buzz about that too.
Yeah, but Mac Jones ended up going to the Patriots, which, I guess he fits the system that Belichick needs and wants as well. The biggest surprise to me, though, of the draft was actually the running backs. Najee Harris going to the Pittsburgh Steelers actually surprised me a lot. I think they were talking about Najee Harris being like comparing him to Derrick Henry and stuff like that. Like, he's a very good running back, and when you get him at like the late 20s,
24,
24th pick in the draft, that's a steal.
Well, and then, right around that as well, the Jags take Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
And there was some buzz about that because they had already signed Carlos Hyde. They draft Etienne after James Robinson had a very good rookie year at running back for them, a team that went 1-15. And you look at it now, the report came out as they might go running back, by committee, 3 running backs. And it's like, what do you do with James Robinson now? Are they afraid maybe a sophomore slump? What's your take on that with what the Jags are doing with their running backs?
I don't know if they know what they're doing with the running backs. I don't know if they. I feel like James Robinson is the clear, obvious favorite that should be the lead back, the future back in Jacksonville. Hyde for insurance policy. I feel like he's a good veteran running back. That could pick things up when things are slowed down. I don't see a problem with taking Etienne, but because he's just talented in his own right, But I think it's going to be a little bit of a. We're going to see they're going to share the ball, definitely move it around a little bit. It's going to be a spreaded offense.
I think it's interesting that they took Etienne, obviously drafting Trevor Lawrence, and maybe they could see Etienne having some success back with Lawrence again. And maybe that's a key. Maybe they unlock something there with that, getting Lawrence comfortable with the guy he's played with and Etienne with the guy he's played with. But if I'm James Robinson, man, I'm sitting there and I'm a little confused, I think, especially when I look at your numbers from the year you just had. But like you said, Carlos Hyde's a running back that I think can play some downs for them, probably like a third down back every now and then. I think James Robinson's still your guy. Etienne will definitely get some carries. But that'll be one, I think, that obviously they have Trevor Lawrence, but that'll be another kind of situation I think to watch out with the Jags for this year.
Yeah, Jags. Talk about signing Tebow too. That's another conversation.
That's and the crazy thing is Tim Tebow trying to make a comeback isn't the biggest saga in the NFL right now. This will be a saga probably until opening week and when it kicks off. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Is he gone from Green Bay, yes or no?
He said he's gone. From the reports that are coming out, apparently he's telling teammates, front office staff that he doesn't want to be back. Like, he's not happy with the organization, the way they've handled this situation. I think he just wants more faith in Green Bay. He feel like they should allow him to do a little bit more within the organization. I don't know how much leeway they're giving him. I feel like he's Aaron Rodgers. They should give him the Aaron Rodgers treatment. Not even. But he said that he's very set on not coming back. I don't know if he'll return. He might get traded.
Yeah, the report was from Trey Wingo said that it had just been a disaster between the two. I think Rodgers, they told him they were going to trade him this offseason. Then they kind of walked that statement back. and now he wants out, and Rodgers pretty much said, trade or not, I'm not coming back. Now, obviously, that's one report. We don't know what's really happened, but and it's been talks that maybe Denver's the landing spot. All I know is whatever happens here, it's going to definitely shake the league because whichever team's getting the reigning MVP, I think they'll be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, either the Broncos, the Raiders, or the 49ers were all in talks to trade.
It's going to be tough now, though. I mean, especially after these teams that have had these top picks. I think the Broncos are probably the landing spot, but the Packers, they draft a cornerback.
I was just about to say that, yeah, and they didn't help. Well, I'm pretty sure he wanted more help.
They needed receivers. They still need receivers bad.
So,
and if they're trying to keep them, you draft a cornerback. I don't know how well that's going to.
It wasn't the best idea for future terms speaking. It wasn't the best idea for Green Bay. Maybe.
Hey.
We'll have to see though.
I don't know about you, but I will be grabbing a bunch of popcorn and just watching this all unfold on Twitter to see what happens because. I just have this feeling that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, the future of those two might be in jeopardy, no pun intended.
Yeah.
With Aaron Rodgers, maybe the new host of Jeopardy, but
doing good too.
No, but definitely something to keep an eye on because I think Aaron Rodgers will be gone from the Packers at some point, just because this seems like one of those things that it's kind of broken off and can't be pieced back together.
Yeah, even if the season continued, he wouldn't. Knowing the type of player and passion he plays with and the guy he is, I don't think that it's not gonna fly.
Well, that's all we have for the Pro Sports edition of Hawks Nest. Let us know in the comments, will Aaron Rodgers be a Packer? I mean, you could say preseason week 1 at this point. Let us know in the comments. For Leon Miller, I'm Clay Harrell, and we say have a great day.